there he is. Still standing. Nothing done. Oh boy. Hey guys, welcome back to the Ultimate Nutcracker Showdown. Your favorite slacker here, Holly, with an update for this Wednesday's episode. Update, not much got done, but it is Monday morning and I am here ready to start a new week, ready to work. And just so you guys know, I know it was mentioned on Sunday's video that maybe I'm just pulling the wool over everybody's eyes. Maybe my Nutcracker is like so far ahead and I just don't want to share. Oh, you guys crack me up with these comments. Pun intended. But I'm here to show you all truth, all real, all the time on the Ultimate Nutcracker Showdown. So, here's my Nutcracker. Okay? That's the state that he was in last episode when we left off. Monday, November the 24th, 10:19 a.m. Hopefully that's not blurry. I'm holding this gimbal and I'm holding my phone at the same time. But just so you guys, no special effects, no fancy tricks. It is Monday, November the 24th. And this is what my Nutcracker looks like. I would never do that to you guys. I would never lead you on. I am a slacker. True. At heart. Okay, I can't even say that straight. I am not a slacker. I just have so much going on, okay? It's not for lack of working. Trust me, you guys. But today is the day we're going to get something moving on this guy. I'm dedicating the whole day to the Ultimate Nutcracker Showdown. See? I got my Christmas shirt on. That's about Christmas, everybody. Okay, really. It is seriously time to get cracking. We have one really crisp line here, you guys. All right, moving on. Okay, before we go any further today, you guys, we're gonna work on getting these arms attached. So, these are my arms here, the PVC pipe. But I think before I attach these, I'm gonna go and give them a coat of primer because they're too shiny and we need to prime them up so that we can actually paint them. So let's go prime these with just some white spray paint primer.
So I see Heather's discovered that sonotubes are nominal width, and that's cool.
Guys, so we had the great debate over the sonotubes. We feel like they're all different circumferences, even though they all say 12-inch.
Sonotube. It's a nominal 12-inch.
Sonotubes are always nominal widths, and the reason being is they're meant to nest together, that way they're not just shipping a single tube at a time.
Did you know that sonotubes are nominal? That's right. They're not all 12 inches round, so they can nest in each other for shipping.
But I hope she understands that the deadline coming up at the end of this month isn't nominal. Surely, I think she's going to be doing some serious cramming this week.
Okay guys, we're back inside, we're warm, we're calm. We're letting the ideas flow, okay? And more importantly, we're never touching the spray paint again. Spray paint is over. If we just, I think we'll be okay. We only have a week left. It is time to get moving, okay?
Wait a minute! Who are you?
My mind, I have so many ideas rattling around. I just gotta like pick one area and get to it. So, oh, before we do that, we must acknowledge more of Grandma's wonderful work. This is one of my favorites. I've had it for a long time. I've almost completely worn the glitter off of the horse's mane. This is one of my favorites. Very nice, very cozy. Job well done, Grandma. I think where I'm gonna start is I'm gonna start with the hat. I got some fur. It's actually a baby blanket. And we're gonna, right? See the vision? Okay, let's get to it.
Okay, I had this red velour upstairs, and I just noticed I paid $3.49 for this at the Goodwill. So I've had this for a while. I always pick up vintage fabric when I see it at the Goodwill. I've always got my eyes peeled, guys. So I'm just going to tack it with the glue gun around, and this is going to be his poofy hat. Take two with the crown. Who knew that that foam board was not very foamy and it was so brittle? I didn't know, that's for sure. I guess I'd never really worked with it before. Anyway, moved on to some just plain old brown cardboard. So, the good news is that I already have my template, so we're not starting completely from scratch, and we're gonna cut ourselves out a crown. Also, look at this. My arm, I got my arm done. Look at my little pumpkins. The liquid nail held good and tight.
It's cold up there. That's all right. Feeling good. Things are about to heat up. I didn't just come dressed for success. I came dressed to kill. That's right. We're doing Nutcrackers right. Alright, so we got some stuff here. We're gonna get some more done, and we got some catching up to do. It's a bit more of a surprise for us than it is for the rest of the competitors, because like Mandy is just way ahead. And I saw hers, and man, that actually looks kind of decent. It's like, yeah, you know, but I don't know, everybody else is kind of making me feel a little more confident, not gonna lie.
What we lack in construction, we are going to make up in creativity, okay? What we lack in construction, we are going to make up in creativity, okay?
I mean, I don't even think I'm being cocky. So, I don't know, maybe Heather's holding back some footage or something, but I don't know. We're going to keep plugging away though. So, walking around the property, Xana sent me a picture of what she's after for like the top with the crown and everything. And I thought it was really cool. So we kind of mulled it over and we figured out, you know, a design. I've been on the search around the property and I finally found what I need. So this is a giant pot. So it is the perfect size. So this is the cutout that I had before. And you see, that's where it fits. So I'm going to measure the outside diameter of the sonotube, cut it out, and there's actually going to be a little bit of a rim all the way around, which is kind of nice. And I'm going to cut this off and give it some points, and it's going to be a crown. This is going to go on top like so, and it's just gonna stick out of the crown a bit, and it's just gonna kind of complete the ensemble. And this is gonna be both the boots. Just you wait. So. Man, what a disgusting mess. Oh, isn't that cool? So I used a hole saw that matches the width of the pipe, and then this one, the inside of this hole saw matches the inside diameter. So like, you look in there, and that's just the ball on the other side. That's cool. The foam's bad, but there is one thing that is eternally worse, and that's glitter. So Mandy, this is a while ago, like I was younger, quite young. She used to own a flower shop, and I did deliveries, mostly at certain times of the year. And then I would go back and do my regular job. I worked in a factory at the time. And I'd show up with glitter on me. Could not get it off. And you bet people made fun of me.
I hate glitter. There's glitter everywhere. You can never get rid of it. It's like the taste of garlic in your mouth.
So, I have a thing against glitter. Styrofoam, yeah, that's bad, but it's not glitter.
Okay, I'm gonna drill the hole now for my arm. I am more than nervous about this. I don't want to ruin my whole Nutcracker because of his arm, so let's see what happens. I cut one. I'm struggling to get this out. Ugh. And I was questioning where his arms go on the tube. I drilled it right here. It's a little bit down from his face because this is still his cloak. Because I was looking at my inspo guy, and his kind of tapers up, and it's almost right on the line of his head, but it's just a little bit farther down. So let's go again, just this much. Nope. All right, here we go. Everybody, just calm down. Okay. Not perfect, but not bad. All right, moving along. Okay guys, Heather's right about this working in the cold thing. You can't think. So kudos to you for that, Heather. Handy tip. I've moved this party inside. We're downstairs in the basement. And my legs, you guys, I do have a nice little set of legs. These are the nicest legs you've probably ever seen in your life. Look at these legs. They're beautiful. Don't ask me about the glue. I know when we left off on last Wednesday's episode, I was going to glue these nubbies on. It was a disaster, you guys. The construction adhesive wouldn't come out. I switched then to Gorilla Glue, then switched back to some other adhesive I found in the garage. It's not even worth sharing because it was just a complete mess and a complete flop. But I did end up getting them on with Gorilla Glue clear adhesive, okay? So they're on there. These babies aren't coming off, all right? So now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark where we're gonna tape off for our boot. So I'm gonna, I'm a huge fan of the eyeball method. Don't tell anybody, all right? This is kind of the problem with my Nutcracker not being put together though, because like you wanna put it together, but I don't wanna paint it while it's together, so I'm telling you, if this thing turns out disproportionate, whatever. It is what it is at this point. We ain't got time to think. I used all my thinking time, okay? I've used it all. It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone. All right, let's try that, shall we? Okay, something cool I had forgotten about. that we got when we went to the Restore on one of the first videos were these little, they're called Shark Bites plugs. Some people got air fresheners and some people got these. To each their own. And these still cost $10 at the Restore. So I don't know how much these are normally, but I thought that was a splurge. But it's going to be worth it because look. Look at this. Is that not the coolest? You know what we're going to do with these? Yeah, I'm not going to show you. You're going to have to wait.
Okay, guys, I'm going to measure around his head here because I got to put a little hair on him. I got to need how big to make the hair. So probably from shoulder to shoulder. That's a big, that is 20 inches. 20 inches. And we'll go 13 inches down. 20 inches, 13 inches down. Okay, guys, here we go. Simon's hair.
Oh, yeah.
Simon, he's going to be a white-haired Nutcracker.
Oh.
Why do I have all this, guys? Why do I have all this fur here? I'm going to tell you a little secret. Holly was the gnome queen. That's right. She does videos for Home Talk Video. And the year the gnome came out and was big, well, actually, on Holly's channel, one of her original videos was making the porch gnome. And for years, she was the #1 person on Pinterest to, if you Googled how to make an outdoor gnome of evergreens, Holly's post came up. So she, yes, was the gnome queen. And when we had our store, we used to make gnome kits for people to make their own gnomes. And I myself have made 1 million gnomes. So lucky for me, I got all this hair to work with.
The idea is it's going to go against the leg like that. Well, I got the adhesive out. I'm going to go ahead and get this done as well. Let it center. Alright, so we just got to let that dry. Oh. I don't really care what the rim looks like when I take it off. I'm cutting it back down again anyway, but I want this off so it's easier for me to get a pattern on there.
Everyone talking about their fancy laser levels. Wow. Sorry, Shirley. Sorry about that. It's Tuesday afternoon. Time crunch. I wanted to be farther than this already, but I have to get my arms going, so I'm going to start gluing my arms together now and possibly looking at my drum. It's coming along, but I don't know. Anyways, somebody give me some energy to get this done. Has anyone actually ever used this stuff before? Let's see. PVC. Do not smoke. Don't get on the skin. Ooh. Don't breathe in fumes. Ooh, double ooh. Wear in previous gloves and safety glasses. I don't know about that. Okay. Stir before use. Check dry fit pipe. Pipe should go easily in. Pipe blah blah. Okay, get to the point. Apply a thin coat of cement to fitting. Avoid puddling. Cover entire socket surface. Apply liberal coat to cement to the pipe.
to the depth of the socket. What? Quickly! Cement must be fluid. Assemble parts quickly. Alright. Ah! People actually wear gloves when they do this. Is this why Heather hasn't used this yet? She's gonna get it open. There's no chance I was ever getting that open. Mark had to get it open with a bunch of different tools. Anyways, back to it. He told me to be careful, so this definitely should be in a well-vented area. Oh my. You remember that, kids? Struggling with this portion of my Nutcracker because like that looks funny, but I saw this fur. I think I'm gonna wrap it around as if he's wearing a coat, and then I have found this Christmas thing at Lens Mills. I'm gonna put it in here like this. So I gotta cut the stick off a little bit. That will be his hand. I'm gonna try to drill a hole through it so he's holding this dowel as his drumstick. But I think the first thing I gotta do is get the drum on, and then I can put the hands together so that I know exactly where it needs to go.
Okay, I'm telling you guys, when it comes to me, no detail will be left undone. Alright guys, so I brought my tube inside. We're painting inside now. I'm not doing spray paint for the body of my Nutcracker. I want to use a paintbrush and make sure the coat is really nice. So I'm going to be using green. I'm going green, traditional red and green for my Nutcracker. Well, maybe not traditional red and green because my green's a little bit different than the traditional Christmas green, I think. It's a little more subdued, but trust me, this baby's gonna pop in other ways. So I've got this paint from Country Chic Paint. It's called Firework. This is what it looks like. You'll see it on my Nutcracker. The light's not picking it up there. And we're gonna paint this up. So I got them flipped upside down. We're gonna give them a nice coat of paint. Actually, this green really is kind of a Christmassy green. Just in case that other clip that I was talking about, these foam pouncers, doesn't make it in the cut, what I'm using here is a foam pouncer. This is an amazing little tool to apply paint. If you don't want brush strokes, you get yourself one of these. You basically just pounce the paint on, and obviously your first coat is going to be a little bit lighter, but then with your second coat, you're not going to have any brush strokes at all, if you care about that kind of thing. Alright guys, so we are going to segue away from the body for a second, and we're going to think about some feet. Look at these babies, okay? I got these at the Restore on our shopping trip for $3 each. You might think, whoa, that's a bit pricey, but you know what? I think these are gonna work for shoes, like for the shoe part. So, but they're just not folding the way I want them to, and I'm gonna obviously have to cover them with something. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut this, and let's see if they'll fold a little better. When I first saw these, I originally thought like shoulder caps, like, you know, like big broad shoulder caps. But my pipe that I ended up going with is just a little bit too small for these anyways, so I think they're gonna work better as feet. So let's cut them. I've got some miter shears here. I love these things. Okay, one cut. They still don't really bend the best, but they're bending better than when that thing is there. So looks like a little sandal. Oh my gosh, if he had little feet, his little toes could come out. I should have done a beach themed Nutcracker. Look at my toes. Anyways, moving on. Okay, that's working. So now what I think we got to do, I think once we glue it onto the little nubs I made, it'll be better. That she found some things at her house that is going to put her Nutcracker above and beyond the rest. So much footage of you and she refuses to use it.